What is up, everybody? All right, let's make sure this fired up properly. Yo, what's up, people? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? What's good? I see you in the chat. A1. Wait, what's that supposed to say? Is that supposed to be a word? AIM 26? I don't know. Rebloggy, what's good? Spooks, hello. Jasmine, I see you in there. Dan, hello. Loyal Dance, Teardrop, Gingerveer, what's good? IMC, I see you here, bro. I see you here. Shout out to IMC Mod holding it down for us. How's everyone doing? You guys alright? Hey, aim. What are these random words being put in the chat here? No spam, yeah? But what's up, everybody? What's good? Secret Santi, I see you in there. Let's go. Shout out to the members in the chat as well. Alright, so as you can see in the title, there's a video that will be posted after the stream. It's just my next video. I won't spoil what game it is. I think it'll be kind of surprising. I've never played it on the channel before, so it'll be interesting. But yeah, I've got that all done and ready to go. Yo, shout out to Hench Toes with the super chat. I appreciate that. Wait, let me see what that says. Oh wait, is there an actual message attached to it? Oh crap, I can't even see on my thing. Hold on. Oh, you just sent 3. Okay, sweet. Nice. But I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah, video will be out after the stream, but I realized like it's been a while since I've last been live on the channel, and I kind of miss just, you know, hanging out, chilling, you know what I mean? So I felt, let's go live, let's do this thing. Kevin, what's good? Say my man is alive, I can cry. It's my first time doing a public live stream since last year. The last time I streamed was actually a couple weeks ago. I streamed my reaction to the GTA 6 trailer, but it was a secret stream, so the only way people knew about it is if they're part of the Discord server, and then I only sent the link in the Discord server. So yeah, but it is yeah, it's nice to be live again. So what's up, everybody? What's good? Saying we missed you. I appreciate that, Tori. Thank you. Kevin saying I miss waffling. I do, and that's what I'm here to do today. Like, I'm just here. We're just gonna like chill, talk, catch up. I'll answer questions. I've also got some questions in the Discord server, in the Ask Me Anything chat, that anyone can talk in. You don't even have to be a member to submit a question to that. So I'm gonna answer some of those as well. And then yeah, once the stream's over, I'll probably stream for like an hour or so. I'll make the video public, and then I'll get to work on the next video, innit? So that's how it goes. Let me catch up on the chat, see what I've missed. Dove saying, what do you think of the game Haste now it is released? I'm not gonna lie, I have not played it since making that video because I've been trying to make other videos, but I do really want to get back into it because I really enjoyed the demo. And Landfall was sick. They actually like gave me a copy of the game. They saw my video and they gave me a copy of the game because I made that video. So I was like, that's awesome of them. So I have the game. I'm definitely going to be playing it. Hey, maybe at some point I'll stream it as well. You never know. Here, Razor Iggy, thank you so much for the super chat saying it's a shame you start a stream at my bedtime. Damn. It is what it is. You know, sometimes the times just don't line up, you know, but I mean, I do intend to do more like off-the-cuff streams, and they're not really going to be scheduled. They're just going to happen whenever. So, hey, maybe sometime I'll stream and it'll be the perfect time for you. You just got to see. But you have a nice night. Thanks for the super chat. I do appreciate it. NC Trash, I am not simulcasting. I'm just on YouTube. Elsa, what's good? How you doing? I am well, thank you. Yo. I appreciate you guys. Damn, there's like a lot to catch up on in the chat here. Tamagai, I commented on your original joke comment video and it still hasn't been deleted. Lemonade Johnson, you're talking about my New Year's joke video. So here's the thing about YouTube. If you leave a comment and it gets deleted, you won't know it's been deleted because YouTube just lets you see your comments. Or not so much deleted, I should say filtered out. So you can see your comments on that video. I guarantee no one else can. That's how the filters work. So yeah. Mr. Potato, I have not watched The Last of Us Season 2. I've been kind of putting it off a little bit. I want to say shout out to Kevin, who's been like constantly saying like, yo, check out The Last of Us Season 2, check out The Last of Us Season 2. I just haven't gone around to it. There's really no other explanation for it. I obviously do want to check it out at some point. I love The Last of Us, but it just hasn't been the time, you know what I mean? So that's pretty much what I'd say for that. But I'll give it a look eventually. Yeah, fake Last of Us fan, Reese. Nah, bro, nah, don't do this to me. I know you've seen it though. And was it yesterday that they released the final episode or something like that? So yeah, I'm gonna be checking it out. I just don't know when. You know, how many episodes is it? Is it like 8 or 9? But yeah. Owen saying, hope you like it. I loved it, but it's been getting a lot of hate, unfortunately. I feel like at this point, anything that is associated with Naughty Dog, regardless of what the actual reason for the hate is just gonna attract hate. You know what I mean? Like, there are just so many threads of things that people have complaints about. One thing I do know is that the actress who plays Ellie, Bella Ramsey, has been getting a lot of flack. People saying that they're not like cast right and stuff like that. For me, I'm just like, hey, if you feel like someone is miscast, then sure, but don't take out your anger on the individual. They're just doing their job at the end of the day, and the hope is that they're doing the best they can. So that's all I'd hope for with that. But yeah, it is always a shame when you kind of see that happen. And it's a similar thing that happened to, I can't remember the name of the actress that plays Abby in The Last of Us Part 2, the actual game. But obviously is it Laura Bailey? She got a lot of hate. I even made like a joke about it in my, I think 2020 year in review video. So yeah, people, they get overly passionate and they look for people to take it out on, and it kind of becomes this thing where, because people see a lot of hate going towards a person, other people feel emboldened to join in. It's kind of that meme of when you see like someone getting jumped, you're like, let me get my licks in, you know? And it's like, why? But it is what happens. It's a shame, but yeah. Wait, Mount Zentin saying Tamago reached unc status for real. Well, I am an uncle now, actually, so I can't even deny that. I am an uncle, so I suppose so. Music's a tad bit loud, you think? I can turn that down. Let me know. What do you think of that? Is that better? Let me know. Okay. Damn. All right. If I've missed your messages, my bad. I mean, post it again if you want. If it was like a pressing question. But yeah, I forgot how how active you guys are. I appreciate it. It's better. All right. Sweet. Thank you, Claudia. When you get into Unc sandals, the thing is, yeah, N2O, I actually used to have Unc sandals like a few years ago. You know, I used to have them, but I wore them out. So now I have Crocs, like damaged Crocs, but Crocs nonetheless. These are my Crocs. Yo, what was that? I just saw something. Yo, Gator Productions with that 7 months membership. And Pippin Bam Bam with the 41 months. Jeez. I appreciate that. Yeah, these are my Crocs. These are what I'm rocking now. So yeah. Let me see what messages you guys wrote for your membership. So Pippin Bam Bam wrote, after 41 months, it's tough to come up with a new milestone message. Maybe I will ask ChatGPT to help me next month. Do it. I actually want to see what it'll say. Get a production saying, hot take, Bella wasn't terrible. Okay, so Bella, who plays Ellie in The Last of Us TV show. Also, as someone who's never played the games. Okay, you've never played the games, so that adds a bit of a caveat. I thought the ending was BS and unsatisfying. Well, I can't get into spoiler territory. Obviously, I haven't seen the show, so I can only assume it ends the same way the game does, but I don't know that for sure. So I won't go into spoiler territory with that. But it's interesting to hear your thoughts. Interesting. And yeah, I mean, based on season 1, I'll be honest, when it comes to The Last of Us show, I think Bella Ramsey did a fantastic job in season 1. Like, as soon as you hear Ellie speak in that show, it's like, yeah, Yeah, they did the right casting. So, you know, the thing I've always thought is the only issue I would see with The Last of Us Part 2 is that Bella Ramsey, even though, you know, they are like older, right? They look quite young, right? So I feel like that's the main issue is that they just don't look like Ellie, because Ellie, I think Ellie's like 19 in The Last of Us Part 2, but Bella Ramsey kind of looks like really young and not really all that gritty. But you know, it's acting, innit? You're supposed to make up for a lack of actually looking like the character. So yeah. Wait. Is Game Show making a comeback? Says Ogapon. I consider the videos I've been posting to be the modern Game Show, to be honest. Like, the process of making them is so similar. I play the game, except I also record my live reaction, and then I try and tell a story of my experience with the game. I do consider the videos I've been posting this year to be a reboot of Game Show without calling them Game Shows. So those are my thoughts on that. My biggest wish this year is another video of you playing with friends. The Club Penguin Island video is my favorite. Oh, for real? Nah, I appreciate that. Thank you. The raided and rigged one, right? That was a fun recording. Yeah, Reese was in that. He was in the chat earlier. I don't know if he's still here, but yeah, he was in that. Shout out to him. Ricardo saying to me, I'm a simp for you. Thank you. Oh, man. I still prefer the old game shows. All right, that's interesting. Like, what about the old game shows do you prefer? Is it like you prefer the animation that was included in it, or is there like something specific? I would be interested in hearing about that. Nexi, I mean, it's all. I'm not gonna comment on a person's personal appearance. You know what I mean? Like, whether or not you find them attractive is up to you, but I'm not gonna call them that. I think it's kind of rude, you know what I mean? Kevin saying the way you weren't mature yet. Oh, is that what you preferred about a game show, that I wasn't mature? Fair. Lebriction, I prefer the name. Oh, you just prefer that it was called Game Show? Alright, fair. Wait, let's see. Distorted Chicken, I'm glad you've been enjoying Schedule 1. I do have the next episode of it recorded, but I can't lie, it might be a little while before it comes out, because I have a lot of other videos that I'm gonna release before that one. I do have to make decisions based on how I see the audience responding to it, and I do generally see that people didn't watch it as much as the other videos I did. So that's what's in it, but I do have the next episode recorded, and I think it's a good one. Yo, Jack, shout out to you, the super chat saying, when's real game show? Questions and buzzes, all that. Yeah, you want an actual, like, challenge game show. I mean challenge, like the UK television network, if anyone's familiar. Jack, I saw your videos on Porter Robinson. Is that the artist's name? Porter Robinson. I don't know. I was looking at my comments today. I saw your comment and I clicked onto your channel and I saw you'd made videos on Porter Robinson. I'm not super familiar with his music, but I have listened to a couple of songs, and so after seeing your videos, I added them to my like albums to listen to, so I will check them out. But shout out to you though. Those, like, you know, your passion really comes through in the videos, and I think you're doing a good job with that. So nice one. Yeah, if anyone wants to check it out, Jack UW, if you're into Porter Robinson, or even if you're not, you might just find it interesting. Go check out his channel. It's pretty cool. Oh man, Pip and Bam Bam, what's good? I see you. Kevin saying, what are those videos coming up? Can you tease any? Can I tease any? I mean, they're videos of me playing different games, all right? So there are different games coming up. Do I want to leak them? Nah, you'll see. Just wait. You'll see in it. Let's see. Can you please play Haste live? Honestly, I've thought about it. I might maybe sometime later, like with these like streams where I'm just chilling, hanging out. I am up to just sometimes like load up a game real quick and play it for a little bit, even if the whole stream isn't dedicated to that game. So yeah, why not? Capture, what's good? I see you in now. Tomahawk saying to me, I love your videos a lot. I've been watching since 2020. I love your stuff. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. If I'm not seeing your message, anyone that's writing a message in the chat, feel free to post it again. I'm not ignoring you. It's just like kind of hard to keep up with all of it. Oh yeah, regular guy. Okay. Have you managed to track down Big Physique for an interview? Okay. So I did see a couple people asking about the Tester Season 2 interviews. All right. Listen, yeah. Bear with me. So, like, it's kind of related to what I said with the Schedule 1 thing. I have to balance how I'm actually seeing the audience respond in terms of how many the viewership of a video with how much work it'd take to make the video and stuff like that. I have to balance that. And as much as I think it would be really cool to do the Tester Season 2 interviews video like I did for Season 1, I just don't have a whole lot of confidence that the time, because it would take a really long time to make. Season 1 took a long time. Season 2, I know will take even longer. And I just don't know if the time will be worth it. And in a way, because I've done episodes 1 through 8, that is a complete thing. This is an extra thing. And I did the like end of show live stream. So that's kind of how I'm justifying it to myself. You might say it's just an excuse, but I'm explaining at least my side of it. So I've actually kind of taken the interviews off the table for now. And I don't want to say like, oh, but it'll happen later. Like that's kind of where my mind is at. So I'm sorry if that disappoints some people. I know it is disappointing, especially if you're looking forward to it. But I kind of have to prioritize like making videos that are gonna actually do better. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I see names saying I really wanted the interviews. Hey, maybe I will decide to be like, you know what, let's do this thing. As far as like getting people to interview, I actually have made contact with a few different testers in Season 2. There's more I would still need to reach out to. And as far as Big Physique, I have a lead, okay? I have a lead. I have not made contact with him. I have reached out to people, but I actually have a decently solid lead. So if I wanted to interview him, I think I could. So yeah, that's the status on that. Thomas, thank you for the super chat saying, have you ever played The Long Dark? I've not played it, but I have heard of it. Don't know anything about it though. Is Big Physique FBI's most wanted? So a few of you might know that, yeah, Big Physique is he's more problematic than just what was presented on the show. There have been issues. So yeah, like even I think interviewing him would be fascinating, but it's also like, damn, like it that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. What's the Big Physique lore? If you go on my Discord server, you don't have to be a member to read the messages, just to send messages. If you go on my Discord server and go in the forums section, just search Big Physique. I think specifically episode 6 of season 2, that discussion forum, but you can just search his name as well. The lore is insane. The lore is insane, if you want to check that out. So yeah. Hernious overreaction to when? In due time. In due time. Hey, maybe this year. Maybe. Yo, wait, was I say Kaimations or Calmations? This sometimes. Alright, Kaimations. I like your name. Nice. Did you start out on YouTube aspiring to be an animator? I'm guessing that's why you asked, because of Kaimations. Okay. If so, what changed? Also, love the content. Always looking forward to your uploads. Kaimations, I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. You may or may not have seen it. There's a video on my channel called Why I Stopped Animating and Why I Started. That actually breaks down the entire history of my YouTube channel up to that point, and it will perfectly answer the question of, did I start out on YouTube aspiring to be an animator? The answer is no. I started out on YouTube because I was already making animations and I just wanted a place to put it so that people could see it. I wasn't necessarily trying to be an animator. Like, I didn't want to grow up to be an animator. I was just already doing it. and it was easier to put it on YouTube than to show people on my phone, which is what I used to do back in the day. And then it just so happened that I kept making videos and it just kept going like that. But the full story is, you know, in that video, and I think it does a pretty good job explaining. Kevin saying, remind me of the damn commands. I think that, Kevin, there's like a link. Go to the stream mod guide. Go in the Discord server, look at the stream mod chat, go to the guide and the commands. There's a link to the commands there. You'll be able to find it. I don't even know if Nightbot is in my stream. Hold on. Has Nightbot even joined? Give me a second. Okay, if the commands weren't working, it's because Nightbot was not even in the stream. I've just added it now. So you can try out whatever commands you want now. It should work. I think. We'll see. Wait a minute. What can we try? Exclamation point, freaking, I don't know. Merch. Let's see if that works. Is Nightbot in the chat? Oh, bruh. Yeah, it's been so long. I don't even know at this point. Yeah, it seems Nightbot isn't here. Do we need Nightbot? Is Nightbot an absolute necessity? I get it, Nightbot. It's late. How can you be expected to show up on command? Bro is promoting unexisting merch. I know, right? It's kind of crazy. Hold on. I should be able to get Nightbot to join real quick. Let me sort that out. It shouldn't be too hard for me to do right now. Boom. Yes. Okay. Oh, there it is. Nightbot's in the chat. Let's go. All right, sweet. Kevin asking, didn't I have a lead for merch? I do. So I've actually ordered samples today from the potential new merch company I'll be working with. So if when the samples arrive, I'm happy with the quality, then the Impossible Quiz hoodie and t-shirt will be back on sale, as well as the Tamago Kanji like hat and some stickers as well. But it all depends on if I'm happy with the quality. That's why I had to take the store down for a little bit, because the quality all of a sudden started not being good. And I was just like, what's going on here, bro? So, yeah. Oh man. Yo, I was thinking like, I'm gonna look at the Discord to find some questions. You guys have got it covered with the questions. You've got it covered. So fair play to you. I hope the provider isn't MWall Online. I hope so. Or I hope not, I should say. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna scan through. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna scan through the comments. I'm just gonna choose the questions I think are like the most interesting right now, and I'm gonna write them down on my notepad in front of me, and then just go through those. Cause like, otherwise, this ain't gonna work, bro. For real. All right, let's see how this goes. Queenie, what's good? How you doing? Shout out to you. I've been seeing your Twitch streams as well. You're doing your thing. Can you play Minecraft live? I never say never. I heard a new season of Futurama is coming out. Are you gonna watch it? I still haven't watched the one fully that was on Hulu or Disney Plus, I suppose. What's it? I watched a few episodes. I saw that there were people complaining, but because they were saying it's not as good since it's the reboot and they've changed some of the voice actors and stuff like that. But I really like Futurama, and I would be up to actually watch the whole season. I just haven't gone around to it. So if they're making another one, I'd be down to watch it. Obviously, Futurama isn't what it used to be, you know, same with The Simpsons, but it might just be cool sort of to have on in the background. I don't really do that. I don't really watch stuff in the background. If I'm putting something on, I watch it like properly. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna... Mac Young, I've just seen your question. I'm adding that to the notepad, so I'm gonna answer that as well. Okay, real quick, Simi, do you think New Club Penguin is safe? Any website has the potential of security risks. You know, when it comes to these Club Penguin private servers, they're often fan-made projects, so I'd just be careful with what information you share with them. And if you want to be extra vigilant, extra safe, you know, try and use an email you don't care too much about. Don't reuse the same password on it that you use on other things, because I know for a fact that's how I got hacked. Like my Snapchat, I used the same password for that Club Penguin thing that I used for Snapchat, and that's how they were able to hack me, and I didn't have two-factor authentication on. For the most part, you should be fine, but just like, you know, there's a lot of like common sense things as well as just extra vigilance things you need to do. So yeah, you can probably play any Club Penguin private server you want, but be careful anyway. You should do that with every website, to be honest. Just be careful. Alright, I'm gonna answer the question from Slicer as well. I haven't been copying the names of the people who asked. I'm gonna start doing that now. For the first two, I'm not gonna know who actually asked the question. Sparklight saying still waiting for the Simpsons wrestling, by the way. Keep waiting, innit? Oh man. Yo, Sniper, I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Saying been watching since the sneaking into the cinema days. That makes it sound like that was just a thing I was doing like on the regular. And Tab G days, big up man from Sussex. Some of the best content on YouTube. I really appreciate that, Sniper. Thank you. Thank you. What are those posters in the back? Exclamation point art. I think you'll get a link to Pixel Empire. I have a few from Pixel Empire. Most of the ones you see are from Vex. The one in the middle is from Dan Mumford. And the new one, or the latest one, that has like Homer Simpson, it's a bit cut off, but that is from By Nick. BY and then Nick. But yeah, I love art. It's like the only thing I buy just frivolously, honestly. It's my only like luxury thing I buy. And they're not super expensive. It's not that they cost a whole lot. Okay. I've picked out a few questions. I'll answer some more in a little bit, but let me see. So, who have you managed to contact for the Tester Season 2 interview? Okay. Mo Chocolate, obviously, Mo Chocolate, that's my boy. We've been like in contact, so I know he would be down 100%. We've got, now I think of him as Kovalik. What was his name on the show? Scooter, because like his online username is Kovalik. Scooter is 100% down. And then on top of that, they are in a group chat together. Like the Tester alumni from all the seasons are in a group chat together. So I would be able to, in the very least, get in contact with the other people in season 2, apart from Big Physique, because he is not in the group chat. But I have a lead for Big Physique, a solid lead, okay? So I could get to him. Dude, I reached out to his like modeling agency, and I was like, dude, could you put me in contact with him? I'd never heard back. And then I was like, oh, I don't know if he's currently in prison right now. Yeah, the law goes deep. I don't think he's currently in prison, but that does add a bit of time pressure. Because you know what I mean? Like, he kind of be in and out, you know what I mean? But yeah. So it could happen. So yeah, it is kind of fun trying to. Alright, this makes me sound like a stalker, but it's kind of fun trying to like find people. It's a bit of an investigation. Like, how do I find you? But yeah, that's kind of creepy though, to be honest. Sam Fish, what's good with that 34 months as a member? Saying, I'm still waiting for the Testers season 4. Aren't we all? Let me see. Yo, Denny, what's good? I see you in there. The Stackler semi-arc goes crazy. The Stackler? What was that? I may have missed something. Yo, Freshman, what's good? Do you remember Irfan Wahid? You know one thing, I've probably mentioned this before, but in that video, I kept calling him Ifran. When I was editing it, I saw that his name was actually Irfan, and I always think to myself, bruh, like, I pronounced his name wrong the whole time. Now, sure, he scammed me, but I'm still like, I should have pronounced his name right, but whatever. Okay, next question I had here. I haven't even read it. I just saw it was kind of long and I copied it. So, remember that video you made about captures? Absolutely. I really think that was an error that was really interesting and miss it. Wait, when you say that error, do you mean the time around which I made that video? Like 2023? That's only 2 years ago, mate. It's not that long. Or what do you mean? I need like an expansion on that. Maybe an episode. Oh, are you talking about the era of captures back in the day when they were like, what's it? The more simple captures compared to what they are now. Is that what you mean? And then you say maybe an episode on the history of targeted ads. And then you say, bro, I've asked 5 times now. An episode on the history of targeted ads. Okay, so, and this is good because this can help me answer the next question that I've received. It would be interesting to do that. I even got someone that asked me, you know, a patron of mine, they asked, oh, would you make a video about like cookies, like the browser cookies and what they do and how they came to be and why we all have to accept them now when we go on a website. They've even started doing a thing recently where you can't just reject cookies. Now it's either buy a subscription to access the news article or accept cookies and read it for free, which I'm like, are you even allowed to do that? But that's a story for another day. That style of video is super cool. It's like this kind of edutainment style, but it's not the style of video that I'm focusing on right now. Which leads me into the next question that Slicer asked, which is, what's the reasons you've transitioned to Let's Play content? All right, so partly, I would say the main reason is because I wanted to have a much more consistent format of video that I post on my channel. I found that like, if you look at my channel over any span of time, there have been so many like different kinds of videos, and not just like gaming, animation, like story time, but like even within each of those things, the format of the video, how I do it, has always been so varied. And I think a large part of that was just me sort of growing as a creator and trying to figure out what sort of video I like to make and what resonates with audiences. But I do want to be able to just like produce a quite recognizable and predictable format so that as an audience member, if you're coming to my channel, you know, generally speaking, what the vibe of a video is gonna be, even if you don't know the exact topic, aka the game I'm gonna play. So that's where it really came from. And then I chose this format in particular, this kind of live Let's Play of a game combined with the written aspect, because I actually just think it's like fun. I like enjoy that format. Let's Plays can be fun, but sometimes I find the pacing of them can be a little bit slow if you're in a slow moment in the game, which is why I also have the written aspect of it. So rather than showing you guys like a long stretch of gameplay that ultimately doesn't impact the story of the video that much, I can just write a sentence that explains what happens and move on to the next part. So that's why I'm making the videos in the style I am now. I do like it. Like it's oh crap, YouTube Studio just crashed for me, but I'm probably still live. It's okay. So yeah, that's like why I've opted to make this style of content. And yeah, I'm liking it so far. So yeah, that's pretty much the explanation for that. Hold on, let me quickly see if there was an elaboration on the era that was being talked about, if I can even find the comment that is now. Okay, if you, the person who wrote that comment about the captures video, if you're still here and you did have an elaboration. Oh wait, you're there. Okay, Mac Young saying, I mean like the time frame of which you made those videos, and I really like the edutainment videos, but I totally understand the idea of maintaining a certain style. Right, okay. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. No, exactly. I think, you know, on YouTube, it is nice to be able to like experiment and do a bunch of different things. But as far as actually like building a channel where people can come to know what they're gonna get from you and be excited video to video, it does help to be a bit more consistent in terms of the style of video, to be fair. So that's pretty much it. The captures video though, I was super excited to make that because, and I don't think I've made a director's commentary on captures. I should do that at some point. But that video is an idea I've had since 2000. The video came out in 2023. I think I had the idea since about 2017. And what the video originally was me just making fun of all the different formats of captures. And you can kind of see that in the video, the middle segment where I'm talking about how they have these wacky capture styles. That was what the whole video was going to be until, you know, in 2023, I was doing more research and captures after seeing that really weird, like, horse clouds one. Like, the journey I describe in that video of me seeing that capture and then wanting to go down the rabbit hole is actually how it happened. So I started, like, learning about it, and I was like, this is so interesting. I had no idea that it was, like, that AI had so much to do with it and stuff like that. So that's kind of how that evolved. So yeah, it was cool. And I'll be honest, like, even with me trying to do this more consistent style, yeah, I still, all the time, I'm like, oh my God, there's this idea I want to make a video about. And at some points, I've even, like, started making the video. I've recorded it, I started making it, and then I'm like, okay, hold on a second, bro. Don't get distracted. Because for me, I'm really prone to getting distracted by other projects. And so I need to be like, okay, now bring the focus back to, like, what you said at the start of the year you were trying to do. I made all right, let me give me a quick second. I'm gonna show you something. So have you guys seen that image of the guy who's, like, digging for diamonds, and then he turns around just before he gets to them? I mean, you've definitely seen that image. What do I mean, have you seen the image? You've definitely seen the image. Okay, let me share my screen. So this image, right? I wrote, I think, an 11 to 12 minute video all about this image and why the sentiment expressed in this image is not helpful, actually. Like, I wrote a whole thing and then I recorded it and I've edited a significant part of it, and then I sat back and I'm like, this is, like, the most random, unnecessary, and sure, for someone it might be, like, a good video to post, but I just realized I need to relax. But now I've told you it exists, so I kind of feel like I have to put it somewhere now. Otherwise, you're gonna be like, what the hell did you have to say about this? I had a lot to say. I had a lot to say about the sunk cost fallacy, but also the fact that this guy on the top, oh, I'm about to get into it. So give me a second. I'll explain it very quickly, what my general thesis of the video was, and then I'll get back to it, right? So the idea is, don't give up, because you never know how close you are to achieving riches and stuff like that. And look, this person looks determined. They're about to get it because you turned away from it. But the sentiment is wrong, because both of these men cannot see the diamonds, okay? So even though it looks really thin here, to this guy, it might as well be 1,000,000 miles. The only thing that would make it worth it for this guy at the bottom to keep on grinding to get to the diamonds, if he knew for a fact that the diamonds were there. And if that's the case, that he knows for a fact that the diamonds are there, then there would be no reason to ever stop digging, because look how many diamonds there are. It would set him and his family up for generations. So there wouldn't actually be a reason to stop. The only reason he turns around is because he's not certain the diamonds are there. He has no proof the diamonds are there. So this guy at the top is basically just the delusional dude that this guy realized he was at the bottom and then turned away. He's not a failure because he turned away from the diamonds. He's realizing that it was not worth it in the first place, because that's the only reason he would turn away, okay? Anyway, I explain it better in the video, but that's the general thesis. It's like, don't keep doing a thing that's not working if you have no evidence that that thing might pay off. Anyway, that's it. That's it. And I did a whole 12-minute video, 12-minute video, and I went into like the philosophy of this idea of never giving up on your dreams, and it's like, that is great, but there's an aspect to that thing which is causing people to, in a deluded way, keep going for something that they already have evidence it's not working. Anyway, all right, I gotta post that video now, bro. No, I gotta post that video. But that's it. Yeah. Release the diamond video. It's quite ironic that a video on that topic was scrapped. Literally, yeah. Have you ever tried to do a memory feat, like learning the countries or Morse code? I mean, I wouldn't call it, that was asked by Ali, I wouldn't call it like a proper feat. Like, there was a point in time where I was just interested in memorizing the flags of a bunch of countries, and I memorized all the flags of Europe, and I was on my way to memorizing all the flags of South America. And then I just stopped. I got bored. That's it. So yeah, now I no longer remember all the flags of Europe. But that's something I was kind of interested in. So yeah. Was there another question I meant to answer? Oh no, I already answered that. Okay, let me go through and actually get more questions. How long have I been live for? About 41 minutes. I'll probably do another 20 minutes. Then we'll go offline. Tamago 24/7/5 TM. All right, shout out to you. Sachin with the 34 months as a member saying, Simi, do a commentary on a video in which I make a video. I think it would be jokes and bring back not a therapist. Thanks. Yeah, the video in which I make a video. I mean, there would be no, that's such a meta video. There's no way. Gator Productions, what's good? Saying, I'm like 10 minutes behind right now, but I absolutely love how different your videos are. And I appreciate that. I do know there's like a subset of people that, you know, the variety of the videos is actually an appeal to them. It just is the kind of thing where, like, on YouTube, it's just not best practice in a way. You know what I mean? But I do appreciate that you like that. So thank you. Oh, one of my stream mods has messaged me. Let me quickly... Oh. Okay, hold on. Let me show this image. Yeah. Kevin just sent this in the Discord. This is just another example of how crazy captures are becoming. Click the image matching the object shown in the example image. Like, this is insane, right? Like, this is actually crazy. And to think we went from just typing in letters to now these kind of, you know, abstract horror type things. I've seen so many wacky captures. So yeah, they are getting out of hand. Sparklight, are you balancing YouTube with being a student? If so, what's that like? I am not balancing YouTube with being a student. I have been doing YouTube and like social media as my full-time thing since 2017, like right after A-levels. Although I am open to potentially restarting my education journey. I won't say too much about it because I haven't got anything solid, but I'm open to it. I'm exploring that. So maybe ask me again in like a year. We'll see what's up. Marcus, what's good? Bullet Boy asking if I've had any other jobs. Never like a proper full-time job, but my first, like the first job I did where I got paid to do it was I was a tutor. I tutored kids in maths, English, and science. I say kids, so they were like from age 5 all the way up to, there was one girl I was tutoring who was actually older than me. She was in year 13 and I was in year 12. But I was able to tutor her in A-level maths because I was doing further maths. So I already had covered the material that she was doing for her year 13 maths. So I did tutor one person that was older than me. But yeah, other than that, pretty much, yeah, tutoring. I've done little things, like I did like graphic design on Fiverr to like make some money, but it was not a job, you know what I mean? As well as a career, this has been it for me. YouTube, social media, all that. Why am I pronouncing tutor wrong? Tutor. Tutor. How am I meant to pronounce it? Tutor? How are you meant to pronounce it? Like, tutor. Tutor. Is that what you want me to say? Tutor says, Sean Honest. Nice. Ain't no way you're making it. Don't worry, Nexy. We figure it out. There's a lot of like legacy videos, isn't it? It does help to have a backlog. So that's pretty much how you do it, isn't it? Putmost, I still have yet to actually listen to Chromacopia fully. The only like full albums, the last full albums I've really listened to, I think, were Brat by Charlie XCX, Eternal Sunshine by Ariana Grande. There's probably I can't even remember the Letters one, GNX from Kendrick Lamar. But yeah, loads of albums to catch up on. You know what? Something that's interesting. I will tell you this. I read an article a couple of days ago that has really changed my attitude towards a feeling I often get, which is that there are so many things out there to consume in a way. And I use the word consume because that's content consumption, content creation. That's kind of how it's all said nowadays. But I just mean enjoy, right? So all the films that are out there, all the games, the television shows, the music, the books, the freaking documentaries, like so many things, amazing, fantastic things are out there. And you know that there's not enough time to get to it all. And on top of that, you know, even if all you did was spend your time watching movies and playing games and you never had to work or take care of any like real life responsibilities, you wouldn't have enough time to do it all. But then on top of that, that's not how your life is, because you have school, you have work, you have family and friends, you have all these other things that you need to take care of and that take time. And for me, that always frustrated me. You know, it's like, damn, I'm gonna miss out on so much. That frustrated me. But I read this article. I can't remember what the author's name is now, unfortunately. But I did bookmark it. So if you want, I can show you. But the idea was, think of like life. Think of choosing what you're gonna watch, what you're gonna play, what you're gonna, you know, see as a river, rather than as kind of like a bucket that you're trying to like empty by like getting everything out. Let me explain it properly. So imagine a river that's just going along, you know, the river's flowing. Rather than trying to get everything in the river, you just pick things out. You know that you're gonna miss 99.9% of it, but you're just picking out whatever catches your eye in the moment, you know, like a fish from the river. And then you enjoy that fish, right? And then, you know, if you're vegan, you enjoy the kelp or whatever the hell's in the river, yeah? And you just go like that. And you accept that you're gonna miss most of it. But the goal isn't to capture all of it, because what would you do with all of it? You wouldn't have enough time anyway. It's just about catching what you can. And I just found that really like kind of enlightening. You know, it's not like this, whoa, like my life has changed. But I do think it's quite interesting, because another thing I see a lot is on YouTube, especially, like backlog videos, like videos of people being like, man, how to clear your gaming backlog, right? And it treats it like if you have a bunch of games on your like Steam library or on your Nintendo Switch or whatever that you need to catch up on, you know, it's your duty to like catch up on all of them so it wasn't a waste. And that's not what you actually should do, right? Like, obviously games are meant to be a hobby. You're not gonna get around to every great thing, and you accept that you're gonna miss a lot of great things, but you are gonna have some good experiences. You just pick out what you want to play in the moment and then you play it, and you don't feel any pressure of I have to play everything, because you're never gonna get around to it anyway. It's just like a reframing that I thought was pretty cool. So yeah, think of it like a river instead of a bucket. I don't think a bucket is the greatest comparison, but just think of it like a river. That's what it came down to. That's my rant over. These aren't disc plates in the background. These are just regular posters that I've framed. Start a philosophy channel for real. I do be thinking. For real, for real. Okay, I'm just scrolling up and I'm just gonna like go up to a point and then come back down. What is my go-to meal? Probably. I mean, I don't have it all the time because it wouldn't be healthy, but I do have it more often than I should. Probably chicken and chips, I guess. It's not my favorite meal, but it is my go-to. it's real easy, isn't it? Steam Laser saying your videos being so rewatchable must bring in hella extra revenue. I mean, not hella, but it does help me live. So yeah. I'm pretty sure I've watched the entire Neopets experience at least 5 times and the tested season 1 and Club Penguin series thrice each. I do appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, no, like, having rewatchable videos definitely helps, but also not just them being rewatchable, I guess, in a way they're evergreen. Like, it doesn't matter when you watch them, they're still going to provide value, as opposed to maybe you make videos about like trending topics and current events where after enough time it's not going to be as interesting. So yeah, that's definitely helped. That's definitely helped for sure. Have you ever considered buying an A to Z map of your local area? An A to Z map, like just for navigation, or what? Wait, A to Z map, is that a special kind of map? Like, I don't, why? Man, I got Google Maps, bro. What do you mean? Geography quiz. What continent is Kuwait in? I guess it's Asia, right? Like, you know, it's really more the Middle East, but the actual continent is Asia, yeah? So did I get that right? I know I got it right, but you know. How is your book progress going this year? Asked Kevin. Like reading books? I have not read one book this year. And hey, it's in line with what I said. If you remember at the end of the 2024, like the end of 2024 stream I did, I said I'm gonna read less in 2025 because I want to spend more time on other things, and I have stayed true to that. I have not read a book this year. I'll probably end up reading at least one by the end of the year because something's gonna catch my eye. But I have been reading like a lot of articles and magazines. I've mentioned it before. There's like a subscription I have to a magazine called Delayed Gratification, where the whole concept is they give you like the sort of most interesting world news from 3 months ago, basically. So if it's December, you'll get the news from like October, basically, so that they can have a 360 view of it, and it won't just be breaking news. It'll be actual like, okay, here's the whole story as it developed and what the conclusion was, if there was a conclusion. So yeah, I find it pretty interesting. So I've been reading stuff like that. So I still read a lot. It's just I haven't been reading books. So yeah. Although I did buy more books. I don't know why I buy books and I'm not reading them. It's silly. I can't remember what the books I bought were. I have them somewhere over there. But yeah. Let's see. Danny saying, would you interview Adrian Curry? I'm not sure if she was on season 3. I think she was, yeah. But she was a big part of season 2, and I'm pretty sure she streams regularly on YouTube. Okay, that would be interesting. For me, when it comes to the actual judges, I've always thought if I was gonna do that, I would actually want to wait until I had done myself watching season 3, so then I could actually interview the judges about their entire experience. Especially Brent Goki, because he was on all 3 seasons. And Adrian Curry, I know, is on season 3. Only thing with Adrian Curry is, I think she's like, hey, listen, I don't want to judge because I haven't looked deeply into it, but I did do a quick peruse of like her Twitter, and she seems to be on some like ultra right-wing stuff, and I'm like, and it's like, okay, if those are your like personal politics, okay, but like she's like proper like vocal about it, and there's like some hateful stuff I've seen, so I'm just kind of like, I don't know if I want to, you know, but hey, I haven't looked into it properly in it, so I don't want to judge too early, but that's what I saw from my quick peruse in a way. Which Impossible Quiz game did you get annoyed over the most? Impossible Quiz book chapter 2. Nah. Impossible Quiz book chapter 2. Impossible Quiz 2 was only annoying because of 67, but Impossible Quiz book chapter 2? Nah, man. I'm sorry. Like all the other Impossible Quizzes, I'd be willing to do them again, But Impossible Quiz Book Chapter 2, I'm not doing it again. I'm not doing it. Demiurg, what's good? Saying hi time ago, just popping to say keep up the good work, man. I've been watching since I was like 11, and your Impossible Quiz vid single-handedly made that game my 5th most watched game of 2024. Demiurg, you're a legend. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you. I am catching up on like old messages, so if it looks like I'm not seeing what you're saying, that's why. Let me scroll back down now. David, I'm Nigerian. Do you stream on a schedule, or is it whenever you have time? Yo, Des, what's up? I see you in there. What's up? It's just whenever I have time, to be honest. That's kind of the vibe. Yeah, I try to spend most of my time on like making videos and stuff like that, but I will be streaming more often. As far as the schedule, obviously I used to stream like on Twitch back in the day, like every weekday. I think, did I start at 8? I think I started at 8. But yeah, I don't do that anymore. One of the reasons I stopped actually was because it made my evenings basically just completely taken up. And whenever my friends invited me to like do something in the evening, I'd be like, oh, I'm streaming, and it just wasn't super tenable. And yeah, also in terms of like my career and stuff, the videos did much more for me than streaming did. So it kind of felt like, as much as I like the community, it's becoming too big of a sacrifice of my time. So that's kind of what I led to. But I love streaming. So I basically will do this when I've got time. That's the idea for it. And make sure you're in the Discord server. Even if you don't become a member to chat, you can just get notifications when I am live. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Why did you stream on Facebook back in the day? Did Twitch not exist yet? I didn't even know Facebook streams existed. Steam Laser, I had a Facebook streaming deal. They reached out. They were like, yo, bro, we want you to stream. We'll pay you. I was like, okay, bro. Let's go. So that's it. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, they were like building up their streaming platform. They don't really do much with it these days. I think they've kind of given up on that. They're now more interested in like short form stuff. But yeah, that's what that was about. And it was, honestly, it was kind of fun being on a streaming platform that's like learning how to be a streaming platform. Like, they didn't have any way to do donations. They didn't have any way to like subscribe to somebody. And streaming on Facebook is so weird because you're using your real name and profile picture. It was so weird, but it was really fun. It was actually really fun. Kevin saying, have you gotten a sponsorship from that remote working application yet? The way you keep mentioning it. Kevin's talking about an app I use called Parsec, which allows me to control my computer from my laptop wherever I am, as long as I have a good internet connection. And I edited Schedule 1, Episode 1, and the Haste Broken Worlds video entirely remotely because of that. So I love Parsec so much. I have not been reached out to them for a sponsorship, but last month, I got an email, and it's so funny. I was on my way home from an acting gig. I don't think I told you guys about this. Okay, so there's a thing in the UK, like there's a theater company called, this is gonna sound so strange. But trust me, it's a legit theater company. It's called You Me Bum Bum Train. It's called You Me Bum Bum Train, yeah? And the whole idea trust me, it's real. Google it. It'll be okay. And the whole idea is that you're part of a group of people that are all acting. It's all volunteers. Acting, not like professional actors. And you are acting in a scene, and the audience members come in one at a time, and they don't know what the scene they're about to enter is. So it's like a total surprise to them. And so they say I'm not supposed to say what the scene is, so it doesn't ruin it for people. So I won't say what the scene was, but because the whole idea is it's a secret. You're not supposed to know what the scene you're entering is before you enter it. But I was in a scene. I was doing it with my friend Adam from Cinema Shenanigans, if you remember that video. And yeah, like when I was returning home from that gig, I call it a gig. I didn't get paid, but it was very fun. When I was returning home, I got an email saying, Parsec would like to sponsor you. And I was like, okay, that would be awesome if true. But at this point, I've been doing this long enough to be able to tell when a sponsorship email is fake. And it just reeked of a fake sponsorship opportunity. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna ignore this. Like, this isn't real. They didn't address me by name. They just said hi. Usually, if it's a real company, they will say hi. Usually, they'll say Simi. They won't say Tamago 24/7 because that suggests they just copied it from YouTube. If they say Simi, then it's like, okay, you actually found out my name. You know what I mean? Just little things like that. But usually if it is real, if you don't respond to them, they will actually get back to you in another couple of days to be like, hey, did you see our email? Whereas if it's fake, they're just sending it out to a bunch of people. So they're not gonna like double check. So yeah, that was pretty much that. So I got excited for a second until I was like, oh, this isn't real. And I guessed that someone in the Discord server maybe saw that I was talking about Parsec and sent like one of those. Because it was quite coincidental. I've never received it before. Now I start talking about the app, I get approached. It's a bit random, innit? But yeah. Guy knows too much, definitely been scammed before. That's how, you know, like, do you remember when like Linus Tech Tips got like his channel hacked and stuff? A lot of the times when you see a creator's channel getting hacked, it's because of that. It's a sponsorship scam. A company will say, hey, you know, we would like to do this, do that. All you need to do is like, you know, download our non-disclosure agreement. You know, you go to click on it, it says, oh, you have to sign in using Google. You sign in using Google, you're effed, bro. That's how it goes, isn't it? So yeah. Changey Plays saying my childhood is here. I appreciate that. Assuming you're talking about me. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Amula asking Tamago, are you getting the Switch too? I am pleased to announce I have pre-ordered the Nintendo Switch 2. I should be getting it day 1, which I believe is the 5th of June. Which is crazy, because I went the whole Nintendo Switch 1 generation without getting it, right? So it is quite monumental for me, but I will be getting it. And I do want to make a video on Mario Kart World as well. So that should be fun. That should be fun. Let's see. Man's got cash. It's a business investment. It's hella expensive though. It is kind of crazy. It's mad. Pippin Bam Bam saying bro announces pre-order like he developed the console. Day 1, the only time it's getting turned on. That's bad. What's up, RJ? I see you in there. Freshman say I've been watching you since spoilers, bro. Yo, 2014. Let's go. That's 11 years. That's 11 years. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Betrayed Sony, I see. Hey, I still got my PS5. We're okay. We're okay. They're saying, remember when you dropped your PS5 on stream? That was mad. I was just like, really? Like, did I actually drop this thing as soon as I got it? Oh, bruh. Bruh be ghosting me so much. Nah, you just, let's say, if I miss a message, you're just gonna post it again. I'll see it eventually. What are your thoughts if I were to make a knockoff for the Impossible Quiz 3? Would you be down to play it? Astro Glitch. I mean, there are so many, like, games inspired by the Impossible Quiz. I touched on a few of them in the Possible Quiz 2. But there's, you know, there's Genyo Quiz. There's the Insurmountable Quiz. So, you know, like, go ahead and make one for sure. I can't promise I'll play it because there's so many, like, just absolutely, like, time-wasting games. Like, not bad games, but it's like, this is just meant to be frustrating. So I can't promise I'd play it. But if you want to make a game, go for it, for sure. Actually, go for it. One of the videos I've recorded and I have coming up has a similar vibe to the Impossible Quiz. Based on, like, how the game turned out. It's just one of those games that's just meant to frustrate you. So look forward to that. Look forward to that. Click the like button. You know how. You know what? You reminded me. Hold on a second. How about you go ahead and click that, smash that like button for me. I completely forgot I had that as a thing. Do you play viewer requested games? Basically, right? If I see a game suggested in the comments or something, I do check it out. For example, one of the next video recordings I'm gonna do is of a game I saw someone leave a comment of 2 days ago, and I was like, okay, this looks interesting, I'm gonna play this. So I do, and if you look in, I think if you type in !suggest, there's an actual form where you can upvote other people's game suggestions and make game suggestions of your own. So yeah, I do take that into account, but it's just that I like, always, I try and balance, what do I think I can make a good video out of? What do I think people might want to watch? And then, yeah, those are the two things I balance, really. Let's see. Do you still do the Reddit awards thing? It's been so long since I've been on stream. Hopefully now that I graduated uni, I can see you stream more often. Yo, Des, let's go. Congratulations on graduating. That's awesome. Very happy to hear that. That's crazy, because it's like, there are people who've been watching me since before they went to uni and now they've graduated. That's actually really great. So well done on that. Well done. Yeah, I haven't, the Reddit is kind of dead. Yeah. the subreddit's dead. I tried to revive it during the tester season 2. And you know, the heartbeat, like if you imagine a heart rate monitor, it kind of went, you know, like a little tremor. It didn't come back. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Hey, maybe someday. There was another question I saw that I did want to answer. Oh yeah, there's also asked what happened with the Unverified podcast. I always say the same thing. We got jobs. Like the Unverified podcast was, you know, a podcast I did with my friends, and it was all while, you know, my friends were like in uni and stuff like that. Once they graduated, they got jobs and there was just not time anymore, basically. So that's what happened to Unverified. It's so funny. Like one of the last episodes of the Unverified podcast is, what do we do now we've graduated? And it's like, then it ended. It's like, yeah, we got jobs. It's over now. Oh, man. Kevin saying, even Simba made a stream return for like 2 days and dipped again. Wait, was Simba live for a little bit? Oh, I didn't even see that. Broseph Stalin, I have a fat crush on you since over 4 years. I'm flattered. Thank you very much. Thank you. We've been live for over an hour now. I do want to make the video public, so I am gonna have to wrap this up soon, but it's been a lot of fun. Let me see. I'm gonna scroll up and then just try and quickly see if there are any more like really interesting questions I can just answer right now. So let me just go through that real quick. Okay. Changi plays with the... Yo, Samwell, what's good? What's good? My favorite animator. Let's go, bro. I see you in there. Changi saying, with the new video game videos, why don't you just brand them as Game Show for the nostalgia? So, here's the thing, right? I know that a lot of you guys really like have fond memories of Game Show, but in terms of broader YouTube, Game Show in the title doesn't do a whole lot because it's only gonna appeal to the small subset of my viewers, basically you guys that actually know what Game Show is in relation to my channel. The best thing is just to title it something that would appeal to people who aren't familiar with me, right? That's why, essentially. Like, a good example I use for this is, for example, the Tester Season 2 was highly requested amongst my audience, but it's only known amongst my audience. It's not really gonna do much outside of that, which is, if you look at the performance of that series, it didn't perform super well compared to my other stuff because it's a very, like, it appeals to my audience. So that's something I always have to think about. It's like, there's stuff I can do for my audience, but then if I'm trying to get people who don't care who I am to watch, I have to brand it in a certain way. So that's why I didn't call them Game Show, even though in my mind, literally, like in my like files, I call it Game Show. Like the files are called Game Show. It's just I don't title it Game Show. That's the whole idea behind it. That's the whole idea. Okay, real quick. Burby Boat. Oh, I already answered that one. Have you ever listened to Gorillaz? I mean, there's Feel Good Inc. I know that song. I've never like listened to a full Gorillaz album, but I know some Gorillaz songs. I say some. I know Feel Good Inc. So that's pretty much it. Business investment, bro, ain't even gonna showcase it on a video. Oh wait, RJ, what are we talking about? Business oh, the Switch 2. Oh, Hamza asking to me, you got a girlfriend? All right, so generally when it comes to like my personal life and relations, I just don't talk about that online because All right, imagine I had a girlfriend, right? And I'm not confirming whether I do or I don't, but then people would be inclined to like try and find out who she is and stuff like that, especially if she just wants to have a private life. So that's kind of my policy with that kind of stuff. I don't talk about that, and I don't really talk about like my family members and stuff, because obviously I'm a public figure. I've chosen to do that, but the other people in my life haven't chosen that. So that's why, generally speaking, I don't talk about it. And even if I mentioned that I did have a girlfriend, it would incline some people to be like, all right, I'm gonna try and find out who this is. Let me see who he's following on this and that and the other. It's a whole long thing. So that's generally why I don't talk about it. When it comes to like my relationships with people, I try to keep that private. Calmations, shout out to you with the super chat. I appreciate that, saying you just finished watching Why He Stopped. You actually went to watch it. Earlier in the stream, I said that would be a good video to watch. You actually went to watch it. Sweet. You did not make that. Definitely explained it best. Also, what are your thoughts on pickled eggs? I like pickles, but pickled things? Hey, listen. I'm not gonna yuck someone's yum, but okay. Let me say this. I grew up to be quite a picky eater. So there are a lot of foods that I say I don't like, but it's really just because I was such a picky eater when I was young that I just decided I didn't like things that I've never had before. So I haven't had a pickled egg before. Maybe I would like it, but the childhood picky eater in me is inclined to say I don't want that. So that's my thoughts on that. But hey, I would try it. As I've gone older, I've been open to trying new things. So that's that. The guy doing your mom. That's like that Ray William Johnson song. Doing your mom. Have I ever met a fan before? I have. I've met many like viewers of the channel before, and it's always been a fun time. It's always been a fun time to meet a viewer of the channel. I think it happened recently, but now I can't. Oh, yeah. I was at PlayStation the concert. Yes, PlayStation the concert. I went with Reese, and it was a live orchestra playing songs from Horizon Zero Dawn, The Last of Us, Uncharted, God of War Ragnarok, Helldivers 2, Bloodborne, like all of these soundtracks. It was freaking fantastic. And yeah, there was a viewer of mine that came up to me at the end of the concert and said he enjoyed the videos. So shout out to him. I did appreciate that. Thank you. I believe his name was... I don't want to get it wrong, but I believe his name was Ahmad. I hope that was his name. If not, see, now I feel like I'd be an asshole if that wasn't his name. Let me check, because now I'm just like, all right, dude. So I just said the completely wrong name. Let me actually make sure I know what the name was. Give me a second. I hope I got it right, because that would be sick if I got it. Oh, I was so close. His name isn't Ahmad. It's Ahmed. I was so close. Oh man. Don't worry, G, I'll be waiting outside your yard. Bro, that's crazy. Oh man. Alright, I've scrolled down to the bottom now. Calculus, I have pre-ordered the Switch 2. I'm gonna be getting it. Gizmo J saying, any tips for GCSEs? Okay, first thing I'll say is, it is almost the end of May. So, if you are in year 11 doing your GCSEs now, it's too late for me to give you advice. I'm gonna be completely real. If you're asking for tips and you're in the middle of exam season, it's too late. Best of luck to you. But if you're not doing GCSEs literally right now, then I would just say the most important thing is consistent effort over a period of time. It can be one of those things where, you know, you feel like you haven't really done a whole lot of studying up until this point, but it's never too late to get into the habit of, you know, brushing up on your revision skills and brushing up your knowledge of topics. One thing people make a mistake of, I think, when studying is they focus on the things they're already more confident in because it feels better, when really, when studying, you need to focus on the things you're finding most difficult so that your weaknesses can become your strengths. That way you go into the exams more confident. The most important thing when it comes to studying for something or preparing for something is building up your confidence so that you can feel like no matter what you might be encountered with, you have the base knowledge to be able to tackle it, even if you don't know exactly what's going to come up. which is what an exam is. You're not supposed to know exactly what kind of questions are going to come up, but you want to build up that confidence. So yeah, just try and give yourself as much time and be consistent with your revision. You don't want to cram. If you have to cram, then do your thing. It's just I've never crammed. I've always kind of spread it out over a period of time. So that's how I go. Steam Laser saying I'm the god of procrastinating and then finally beginning to study exactly one day too late to properly cover all topics. Yeah, for me, cramming just doesn't work for me. I can't even pull an all-nighter. I tried to pull an all-nighter when I was doing my A-level computer science coursework. By the time it was 2 a.m., I was like, I don't need to do this. I'm not doing this. And I went to sleep. Like, I can't work past midnight. It's like, it's too late. I'm tired, bro. So, yeah. Cramming just doesn't work for me, personally. Can you say the possible quiz and then play your outro song right now? It's such a vibe. The possible quiz. Oh, see, it's too much fun being on the stream with you guys. I would never end this, and that's the problem. I'll never end these if I keep going. You know what I mean? All right. Let me set a limit. I'm gonna write the questions down. I'm gonna do 5 more questions. Then I'm gonna end the stream. I'll make the next video public, and I'll see you guys next time, okay? Let me do that. So, I'm gonna pick my favorite questions. I'll write down 5. Okay. That's an interesting one. Derry, there's no stream schedule. It's kind of just whenever. You know? Red Lentil, yeah. I got into Warwick University. I just did a deferred entry. And then I started doing YouTube full time and I got a streaming deal, so I didn't go. David Eli, posters are from Vex, Dan Mumford, and Pixel Empire. Oh, and by Nick. These don't count as the questions. I'm actually writing down questions that are like, you know, I can actually expand on. Des, my sister does not have the makeup organizer. She threw it away, and I was like, dude, that's a relic. That's like that's a iconic item. Why'd you throw it away? Akadab, I do know that the Impossible Quiz videos on Letterboxd. His Mario put them on Letterboxd. Who's one of our mods, and he's a YouTuber himself. So shout out to him. Okay. Yeah, I'm writing down the questions I can have a proper, like, long discussion of. If it's a super simple question, I'll just answer it right now. Yo, King Boo, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Just saw your very nice comment. Yeah, man, I use the Sony a6400 camera now. Can you make a bargain hunt too to explain how you got it? Oh, this is an interesting question. Well, my friends' jobs. I'll do like, obviously, I'll keep their privacy, but it should be pretty interesting to talk about. Queenie Star recommending the flashcard app Gizmo if you want to study for exams. Absolutely. Not just that app specifically, I'm not familiar with it. I used an app called Anki for flashcards, but flashcards are a really great way for studying. Bullet Boy saying I should be revising right now, but I'm procrastinating watching this. Sorry to be a distraction. My bad. How tall are you? I'm 5'11". So some people in my position would be tempted to say they're 6 foot, because if I'm in shoes, then yeah, I'm 6 foot, but I don't count that. I'm like, what's my height if I'm barefoot? I'm like 5'11". Red Lentil, I answered that. Yeah, I did apply to uni. I got into Warwick, you know. Hold on, let me just picking out questions. All right, one more question to pick out. Tamago247 saying I look like Glasses. That's how I ended up meeting Glasses. Someone said I looked like him, and then I DM'd him, and it turns out we freaking live in the same. It turned out we live so close to each other that it was like no freaking way. So yeah, that's how I ended up meeting Glasses, and now he's just my friend. So shout out to him. Where's the Sully suit? It's in my cupboard, Kevin. I have it right there. Don't you worry. Amulet asking if I plan on making more members only videos. I was asked this in the Discord a couple of days ago. I've been focusing on like main videos, but I know that I've been slacking on the members only stuff. So I do want to make more. It's just I've been focusing on like the main stuff, you know. I'm kind of trying to get my channel back on track in a way, you know what I mean? So bear with me. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. I found my 5 questions. I didn't copy the names of the people that asked them for all of them, so my bad on that. But I have found the questions that I want to answer. If you guys have more questions you want to ask me, you can go on my Discord server and go to the Ask Me Anything chat and leave it in there, and I will come back another day and answer those as well. Don't you worry. Okay. Dari saying, any advice on getting my mom to buy membership? You can just show her just the sheer level of value that is on offer. You know, there's over 50 hours of exclusive videos on the membership, and not only that, there's educational value to the membership as well, because I actually show the behind the scenes of what it's like being a content creator. I know a lot of people are aspiring to create content these days. This is an educational resource, and it only costs you £5. You know what I mean? So it's worth a try. Plus, becoming a member gives you lifetime access to the Discord server to be able to chat in it. You know, you only got to be a member once, then you become a legacy member. You get to chat in the Discord forever. So there's a lot of value. You know what I mean? Okay. Let me answer these questions. So, I don't know how I pronounce this. HZNXD says, what are your hobbies outside of YouTube and gaming? What we don't see. I like you know, just generally exercising, you know, going to the gym. I was going to the gym a lot this year. I've fallen off of it, but I was going a lot at the start of the year. Like, it was kind of crazy. I have this thing that tracks it on my phone, and I basically went every single day for like a whole month straight. I know they say you're supposed to take rest days, but I was like, I just want to go every day. So that was fun. And then what happened is I injured my freaking wrist. I was doing a back squat and I didn't put the weight back on the like rack properly, and I dropped it because I thought it was on the rack, and it bent my wrist like this. Like, so it was like this that it bent it and like effed up my wrist. So then I started running because I couldn't weight lift anymore. So I started running for like 4 weeks while it healed. And I will say, running is harder than weightlifting. Like I used to go running like every morning for a couple years, and then I started weightlifting, and I was like, wait a minute, running is actually way harder than this. So shout out to those marathon runners, and shout out to people who just do endurance running. I think you guys have more mental toughness than people who like lift weights in the gym. That's my personal thoughts on that. RJ saying show them gains. I mean, you know, it's light, it's minor. It's not crazy. It's just minor. So yeah. But yeah, generally speaking, I do like exercise, but I don't know if I consider that a hobby. I think that's just part of like trying to maintain a healthy lifestyle. I'm really into like reading stuff. Like I'm really I read I like reading. I don't know. I read what's it, like articles. I haven't read books in a while, just because I can sink so much time into them. But yeah, a big fan of reading, to be honest. What other hobbies do I have? I don't know. I don't think I have like another thing that I do where I'm like, oh, that's just a hobby. That's just an extra thing I do. And I think part of it, which is not a good thing, but I think part of it is this idea, and I was talking to my friend about this yesterday, this idea that you need to maximize your time. And I think it's a really toxic idea, but it's an idea that, you know, I think is quite common, where it's like, oh, is this thing I'm doing worthwhile? And it's like, that's not, there's no obligation for your time to have been worthwhile. But I feel like just the economic pressures that we face, you know, means that we feel like every moment of our time needs to amount to something. And so the idea of doing something that I couldn't turn into something productive makes me uncomfortable at times. But that's something I try to actively like be like, nah, dude, it's okay. There's no such thing as wasting time. Like, who's the time for? It's your time. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's something I think about. But oh, hey Tepig, I see you in there. What's good? He's talking about Maxim from the test. But yeah, so I actually don't know if I say a hobby. I just do things. I just do things, man. That's my answer to that. If I think of a thing I do where I'm like, wait, that's a hobby, I'll let you know. Okay. And I believe the person who sent this question told me how to say their name. Let me scroll up. Let me quickly scroll up. I feel like you put it in there. I feel like you did, but I can't find it. So maybe not. Maybe not. My bad anyway. My bad. Okay. Imad Rahman says, Tamago, please... Wait, I copied this by accident. This just says, please bargain auntie. Alright, that's not a question. Hamza saying, what are your friends' jobs? Okay. So, a few of my friends are like engineers. So, one of my friends is a like software developer. I won't give like details because I have mentioned my friends in the chat. I won't say specifically who is who and what they do. One of my friends is a software engineer for an insurance company. Another friend of mine is a mechanical engineer for Ford, the car company. One of my friends is a freelance music producer. And yeah, they like make beats for people, stuff like that. I've got a few friends who are medical doctors as well. And it was so cool because yeah, a few of my friends graduated last year, because obviously medicine is a 7-year course. So they graduated last year. And it was so cool. I went to a couple of graduations and I was just like, I'm so proud of you guys. Like man, like you did it, you know what I mean? That was like so much fun. Just being able to share that moment with them. So that was cool. Yeah, I have what other jobs do I have, friends? I have a lot of like software engineer friends, to be honest. Yeah, and then obviously there are like some people that are still like figuring out their career, so they might be like working currently in like a warehouse or working in this and the other. You know, everyone has their own pace at which they like figure out what they want to do and stuff like that. But yeah, all sorts, to be fair, all sorts. Let's see. Okay, so Yusuke the Goat saying, time ago, how was your coursework for A-level computer science? It was long. It was very long. I remember I locked in, I hunkered down during the Easter break. So, you know, the 2 weeks you get off in April in would it have been 2017? I think so. Yeah, 2017 April. So you know when I posted that video saying that I was taking a break to focus on my A-levels after the Club Penguin story? During those 2 weeks after that, I was focusing hard on that computer science coursework. What I made was an app that could be used by a tutoring company to teach kids mental maths. So simple mathematics like addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, but track their progress. So the kid would create an account. They would be given these quizzes and the difficulty of the questions would adapt to their performance. And then, you know, it would like, it's just a way to track if you're getting better at it. And it would get increasingly hard depending on how you did. So that was my computer science coursework. And yeah, the hardest part of it is just all the documentation. Like the amount of writing you have to do. Because you have to explain every single test. You have to explain every single decision you make, every single change, it needs to be documented, it needs to be logged. So it was really long, but I was really grateful for my computer science teacher because she was fantastic at giving feedback. To the point where it seemed a bit annoying sometimes. It seemed like, yo, like, why? I've done everything. What do you mean there's still more I need to do? But because she was like that, it's what helped me do well in it. Because she knew, like, I know you've done a lot, but you still need to do this. And I was like, fair play. So she really helped with that. Can you show us? I've tried to like pull it up and show it to people in the past, but because it was like created for like my old laptop, when I've tried to open it on this computer, it's never worked. So maybe in the future I can, you know, try, but I'm not going to be able to put it up right now and actually get it working, to be fair. One thing, let me see if it doesn't have too many personal details. Maybe I can pull up the documentation. Give me a quick sec. I'll see if I can find it without, you know, revealing too much. But if not, then it will have to be another time. Astro Glitch saying, yo, Simi, you still remember? Oh, crap. What am I meant to remember? What am I meant to remember right now? Oh! Is it red RBRY? Red, blue, red, yellow? That doesn't seem right. But you're talking about the possible quiz colors question. But RBRY, I think it is red, blue, red, yellow. Is that correct? Let me know. Let me quickly see. Oh my god, dude. I haven't opened this thing in ages. Oh my god, dude. This thing was 172 pages. This is mad. Okay, let me see if I can show you something that won't completely dox me. Okay, this is kind of interesting. I'll take a quick screenshot of this and just show you this. Yeah, I think that'll work. Just so I'm not revealing too much here, you know what I mean? Okay. Can I make this full screen? I can. Alright. So I just took a real quick screenshot of a page from my documentation for the app. So yeah, I took a random page. This diagram shows how the forms are connected, and arrow represents the ability to go from the one form to the next. To go from the one form to the next? I found a typo, bro. What? An arrow represents the ability to go from the one form to the next. Immediately found a typo. Oh my god. Hey, listen, man. I still got an A star. I don't give a damn, bro. But yeah, okay. Well, let me actually show you properly. Yeah, it's just so you have this page which actually has the questions and the time is there. Then you have the, you know, like, it shows your historical data. You can do guest quizzes if you don't want to make an account. It shows all your previous data and all that stuff, results. Lets you review answers, stuff like that. Worse than doxing a typo on an A-star rank. Alright, okay, I have 2 more questions that I was gonna answer. So, I didn't copy the person who asked this question. I think it might have been Bullet Boy, I'm not 100% sure. Simi, was it your Simpsons obsession that got you interested in animating? Actually, yeah. Yeah, it was. Obviously, I grew up watching all kinds of animations, not just The Simpsons. You know, it's too many to count, but you had like Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. You had Phineas and Ferb. You had SpongeBob SquarePants. So many animations. Too many to name. But The Simpsons was my favorite TV show of all time, right? And so I was always really interested in animation, not necessarily being an animator, because I've said this many times, illustrating and drawing wasn't my thing. I wanted to be good at it, but I never was bothered to put in the time to get good at it. So it was never my thing. But upon seeing my friend, who was the same age as me, also 11, and he showed me how he made an animation, suddenly my mind expanded. I was like, wait, this is possible? I didn't even think this was a possibility. You know what I mean? So it was really inspirational to me, and that's what got me into animating. You know, it wasn't that I had a desire to animate. It's more so I was like, I can do that. Like, it's even possible. And that's what made me start doing it. So yeah. Real quick, I got a mention on Discord. Oh. Wait, hold on a second. Sam just pinged me some previous captures that he got. Wait, let me open this. Some of these captures are actually nuts, man. Okay. These are just a couple more absolutely wacky captures. I mean, to be fair, these aren't as crazy as like this one. But you have seen like more stuff like this. I would say compared to what we get nowadays, these are pretty light captures, to be honest. Not that bad, not that bad. RJ saying guy acting like he grew up in the villages of Nigeria with how he's reacting to animation by his friend. No. Hold on. You have to understand it from my perspective. I did not think it was possible for an 11-year-old kid to make an animated thing. I thought animation was just a thing that people that with huge teams made. So I see this kid that has made it in his bedroom. That blew my mind. I feel like that is totally reasonable. You know, like this is before the days of YouTube, like YouTube and seeing animation. You know, like YouTube existed, but it was 2011. It wasn't like that. You know what I mean? I feel like it is totally reasonable. So yeah. All right, and then the final question I copied was, and I really like this question from King Boo 124. How do you feel that most of your audience has grown up over the years? So one, I mean, I would hope they've grown up. You know, if you don't grow over time, then you're dead, innit? So I would hope. But it is always something that's so interesting for me when people are like, I've been watching you since, and they will say since they were like 11 and now they're 18 and something like that. Because I'm just like, one, that's crazy that you've been watching for that long. But also, I started when I was 11. So the age I started making these videos is the age you started watching me. It's like you, through my videos, watched me grow up as you grew up. It's always super trippy for me to think that. And so whenever someone sends a message through, just talking about like that aspect of it, I am really appreciative, and it puts it in a lot of perspective for me. Like, yeah, I've been doing this a long time, you know, a really long time. So it's always really cool. It's always really cool. So yeah, shout out to you guys. I do appreciate you. As usual, I've been live longer than I planned to be, but hey, it's just too much fun. It's too much fun to do this. So I do appreciate that. David Eli, I have an Elgato Cam Link that's connected to my Sony a6400. Shmoo, I don't know who my favorite music artist is right now. Who would I say I'm listening to a lot right now? I don't even know. I haven't been listening to a lot of new music, I'll be honest with you. I've kind of just been listening to all sorts of random stuff. Let me just say the names of people that are at the top of my liked songs right now. Miles Agian. Alright, this is kind of funny. So he has a song called Placidly, and the only reason I know this song exists is because on Instagram he does this thing where he posts meme compilations, but he puts his song as the background to promote his music, and I actually really like the song, so that's why I listen to that one. I have Bad Bunny, Frank Ocean, Billie Eilish, Charlie XCX, FKA Twigs, Djo, like DJO. I say it like I don't know who that is. I actually don't. I just like one of their songs apparently called Chateau. And what's this? Jordy Greep, Rosalia, and Cardi B. Those are the people just at the top of my liked, as in my most recent liked songs. That's who I have there. Milfcake saying Charlie XCX mentioned that's my girl. Yeah, I really liked her music video for crap, what's the song? The newest one she released from the old album from like Lockdown. I can't remember it now, but I liked that one. Yeah. Yo, Sam, I appreciate you. Got work early tomorrow, so I can't stay long. Don't worry, I should be wrapping it up soon. Don't you worry. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys the headset here. All right, let's get the end of stream music going. You know what I mean? And let's get this headset. Hey, going. All right. I did comb it out right before the stream started, so we'll see, you know, if it actually looks alright. It seems to be kind of, you know, maybe like a 5. What are we thinking? 5? Could be 6. Depends on how you feel. What's the rating out of 10 on that one? 5? Okay. Fair. 6? 4? Come on. Give me more than a 4 on that one. Come on, mate. Not as bad as the PlayStation tester one. I've seen what your worst heads are. Looks like this is tame. Yeah, that's fair. MacBook saying, please, Tamago, 1 tip for growing on YouTube. Unc, please. Trust me, there's no 1 tip. But the ultimate thing it comes down to is you've got to stay in the game, okay? It might take a long time to grow, but you won't grow if you stop, if you quit. That's like, if you ask me for 1 tip, that's the thing that separates the people I've seen succeed on YouTube with the people who haven't. The people that succeeded just kept going. There are so many things you have to do. There's so much advice out there, but I'm sorry, like, I can't give you 1 tip. That's the only thing I can say. You have to keep going. That's it. All right, people, thank you very much for tuning in. When this stream ends, I'm gonna make the next video public. I mean, it's about to be public anyway, so it doesn't matter. I can tell you what it is. Let me make sure it hasn't been claimed, so I can actually make it public. Yeah, it's okay. It's a video of me playing this Roblox game called Roblox Rivals, a first-person shooter in Roblox. Yes, it's Roblox. It's a good video. Watch it. It's a good video. All right, people. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a lot of fun. I'll be back with another live stream sometime soon. It won't be too long, okay? So until then, you have a nice afternoon, morning, evening, or night, whatever time of day it is for you. And I'll catch you next stream, all right? Peace out, everybody. And bye-bye.
I forgot. TF. ... I'm out this bitch.